Hey y'all, this is Brendon James Reese, and you are watching The Ravens Reads. If you're here and you already know who I am, it's either because my music or you're my mom. So, hi mom. Ain't nobody watching for my music. But yeah, this is my new booktube channel that I'm going to be doing. For those of you who do or don't know, I was away from music for about 3 years, and I had to take up some other passions, and one of them is reading. So I decided to talk on the internet about it. So yeah, this is The Ravens Reads, and we're here to talk about books and writing and all the things that come with it. Pens, journals, all that good stuff. I'm sure we'll have a video about paper at some point, so there's that to look forward to. But yeah, this one I'm going to just talk about my favorite books of all time. And these are by far not all of them, but there are 5 of them and a couple honorable mentions. So yeah, here we go. We'll just start. We'll start with the honorable mentions. The lowest of the low, Harry Potter, because fuck J.K. Rowling. Yeah, dude, I don't like TERFs. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. I've never thought that standing for the rights of one group of people means putting another group of people down. And I know those people like that exist, but they're the few and far between. And I don't think standing up for people's rights means excluding another group of people. Nor do I think that's for any reason, for anything, should be the goal. So, yeah, fuck J.K. Rowling. But Harry Potter's good. These books made me like reading a whole lot more than I did when I was in school. So they're kind of what got me back into reading. What first got me into reading was my dad playing a World War II game by the name of Medal of Honor Frontlines or Frontline or something. And he had to explain to me, this really happened. This is a real event in the world that happened. You're essentially playing a person that was actually there at D-Day. So I was surprised. I was like, I cannot believe that. The only thing I knew about war was Star Wars. So that blew my mind. And my granddad was a big history buff, so as granddads are. And I wanted to start reading World War II books. And so at around 5 or 6, I started reading so I could read history books. Anyway, Harry Potter's what got me back into reading after years of doing assigned reading, homework, and all that good stuff that you remember from school. But the next honorable mention is Frankenstein. I don't think that Mary Shelley gets the credit she deserves. She was, for the times, a radical thinker. She did not stand for racism and slavery. And when you read Frankenstein, you can pick up on that. Her mom was a devout feminist, even a radicalist when it came to it. And both her and Mary Shelley's father were writers. Her father was an anarchist. She's got a really cool story, and a very sad one as well. That I mean, of all the personal things that happened in her life, she didn't get the credit at the time when she was alive, simply because she was a woman. So I will always say Mary Shelley needs to receive more credit than she does. every movie though that's ever come out, either about Frankenstein or based on Frankenstein, is simply that, based on. No movie, no Frankenstein movie has ever covered the book in its actual likeness. They always turn it into a love story, and that's just not what this book is. Let's get on to my top 5. I'm going on too much about honorable mentions. Number 5, Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I chose this for my number 5 because it's a good representation of really good writing using hard science fiction. It's about a colony of humans that they're escaping this torn up Earth that's unlivable anymore, and so they're going to colonize other planets, and their plan was to send down a group of primates along with all these other animals, but give the primates a virus that makes them evolve like 300 times faster than humans did in their natural habitats. So, but instead, a colony of spiders was infected with that virus, and a colony of ants as well, from what I remember. But it's been a long time. But yeah, Adrian Tchaikovsky, great hard science fiction writer. The best. The next one, number 4, The Witcher series. These are like when you want Lord of the Rings, but you just want to get straight to it. You don't want the flowery language. You don't want the overkill of exposition that Tolkien is known for. There's also really cool lore. The main story, that lore alone is some of the coolest ever invented, and I love learning about it. So, yeah, The Witcher series is my number 4 spot. Number 3, okay, yeah. And speaking about Lord of the Rings, speaking about Tolkien, I feel like if you don't include this in your top 10, top 5, whatever, that you are like a heretic. But I've read Fellowship and Two Towers. I love Tolkien. The entirety of the book, because it is one book. It's not 3 books. It's one book split into 3 acts. The entire thing's written in poetry. It's all very beautiful writing, and some of the best use of the English language I've ever seen. So yeah, I will always recommend Lord of the Rings to anybody that's 1, a writer, and 2, wants to improve on their writing. I don't think that I really understood what writing could be like until I read Tolkien and learned his story and his background before even writing The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. And I feel like knowing the story of Tolkien kind of makes those books even better, and knowing his kind of like origin story. So yeah, Lord of the Rings, highly recommend. It's in my top 5. Why wouldn't I? Number 2, though, Tolkien would hang me from a tree. Dune. I have to rate this one higher than Lord of the Rings. Simply because it is fantastical sci-fi in a way, but done in a very realistic and emotional way. It's in space, but it's really like Greek mythology meets modern political drama in a way, with lots of fighting and here we go, mysticism and adventure. I just read that from the back. I'm not going to take credit for that. So those two words are actually perfect. There's lots of mysticism, lots of lore, a ton of lore, just in this first book, let alone what's in Messiah and Children of Dune, the other two I've read. My phone ran out of storage, so I got a beer. All right, what were we talking about? Dune? Great book. Man, I was really going off about Dune. Yeah, Dune's one of the best books ever. Obviously, it's my number 2 spot. It's one of the best books ever written. It's like if Tolkien stopped writing about the Bible and created a space-faring civilization. That's Dune. So yeah, Dune's great. Read Dune. Messiah and Children of Dune are good. It's the only other two I've read. I want to read the rest of the series, but there's a lot on my TBR, and I've only not read it for one reason, and I'll get to that. But for now, we're gonna talk about my number 1 spot. This book, it's worth overhyping, so I'm going to. I've read and reread this book at least a handful of times. When I didn't know what to read, this is what I used to just pick up because it's the best book I've ever read in my life. And so there's nothing better to read in my mind than this book. I read it in the 8th grade, and it was very, how I see it now, and through the times I've reread it over the years as I've gotten older, you start to relate more to the story in a way, and find new things to make you cry. Because this book, The Book Thief, it will make you cry. It's like a guarantee. If you pick this book up and you open it, you're going to finish it. And it's going to make water pour from your fucking eyeballs. So be ready. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to give anything away. You should just read it just because I said so. And because it's one of the best books ever written, ever. So do it. It's about a girl, Liza Miminger, who has to go live with a foster family because her parents, and this is all in secret, she is having to run away from her parents, essentially. She gets dropped off by her mom after this inciting event that introduces the narrator to the main character. And it's the narrator themselves is just beautiful. Love it. It's like the perfect, view to see it from. Because a lot of books are written in third person omniscient and or first person. Those are the two kind of perspectives that you see books from through the eyes of the author, right? And this book gives you, it is a first person view or perspective or whatever in the coolest way. So it's a first person perspective, but in an omniscient way. So yeah, I mean, the biggest themes in that book are true, unconditional love and empathy, and it's translated throughout the entirety of the book, and from the cover to cover, it's just a very emotional book, and it's worth your time. It's worth the effort to read that book. It's been my favorite book since I was a teenager, since I was 14, and it was deep. So, yeah, Book Thief. Give it a read. The movie does not do it justice. The movie is not inaccurate, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. So yeah, Book Thief. Check it out. The last thing that I have to talk about is my current read. And I wanted to talk about this because I'm 40 pages away from being done with it. And I've spent the entirety of 2025 reading this book. I have not taken a break from reading this book the entire year, because I had Call Me James that I was doing and focusing on a lot on that, but also writing my books that I started. I'm writing way too many. I would like to call myself an author already. I would, but I'm writing too many things, and too many things by hand, that it's taking a very long time. So eventually though, I will be an author, hopefully, one way or the other. But yeah, this next book I want to talk about, currently reading, is this monstrosity, The Count of Monte Cristo. This one is has entered my favorite. Phone ran out of storage again, so I'm going to talk really fast, and we're going to get through the rest of this fucking video. Right. Count of Monte Cristo. This monstrosity has entered my favorite books of all time. It is a story. Let's see, what was my description here? It is a story. It's going in the list of my favorite books for this reason. It's a story of perfect vengeance, thought to be divine. And then, or at least what is thought to be perfect vengeance. As the book plays out, it's like, you're just like, yes, yeah. At like the whole beginning of the story, you're just, it's like, if you watch the movie, it doesn't even scratch the fucking surface. Like, not even close. Not even close. There's so much more to this story than any movie could possibly contain. Like, there's just, you could not fit this into an hour and a half, 2.5 hour movie. Somehow Dracula got 2.5 hours. Whatever, dude. That movie sucked. Quite literally. Because it's basically just naked ladies the whole time. And they just wanted to show that a lot. So, read the book. Read the book is my point. There's so much to this story, and so many avenues that it goes down, that even over an entire year of reading this book, the characters, the things that they go through, how they're connected to the Count of Monte Cristo, they imprint themselves onto your mind. They're that effective of moments in that book that you can't help but remember these people like they're people you've known, and that you've gotten to know. And it goes through, and if you know anything about Count of Monte Cristo, vengeance is a huge, huge theme or whatever in this book, and it plays out so perfectly until the part that I'm on, and I'm like, oh, even the most divine. Oh man, I shouldn't even say this. Spoilers, I guess. The most like divine of purposes, and you want to see these people suffer, and it isn't what you think. It's kind of disappointing in a way. not in a I'm disappointed in the book or how it's played out. It's like, well, okay, yeah, I guess it couldn't be that perfect. I guess it can't just work out like a movie. So, but yeah, I still have 40 pages left to go. Who knows? Maybe it isn't going to end how I think. Maybe something like great is going to happen. But the entirety of this book, I would recommend. All 1,240 pages or whatever it is. But yeah, I feel like I should talk more because we just pressed record again because the stupid phone won't keep its storage up. But yeah, this has been the first video. First 3 times I've hit record for this video. For the Ravens Reads, this is the intro. Favorite books of all time. Yeah, if you want to catch some other stuff I've done, you can go look at my band's page, Call Me James. We're on Instagram. We are on TikTok. I don't post. We're on all the socials really. I really just post to Instagram and YouTube. So that's where you can really like pay attention to what we're doing, I guess. But yeah, you can check out my music. Call Me James. All the handles are at Call Me James Band or at Call Me James Band Official. So yeah, thanks for watching.